Today's the day that Drift Cobra is gonna get the fenders flared. We're gonna cut the bumper, flare the fenders, and hopefully get some ability to turn the car. We'll see here though. Of course, it's snowing like every single day that I do something with this car. It snows, it'll be 70 degrees for weeks at a time, and then the one day I gotta drive this thing, it's snowing. But I'm gonna take it over to my buddy's house and we're gonna do some modification here if I don't end up modifying the fenders by driving it over there. Track car now, you know, and it really feels like it because it's rides rough, rides hard, bounces around, clunks, makes a lot of noise, real awkward, but it's a drifter. Were the old front tires on here, and they're bald as shit, and they're not meant for this kind of, they're not meant for weather, and they're not meant for this temperature either.
Think I fuck around or what?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, well, we used to. I don't know, 10 years later, taking things a little more seriously. All nice and heated up, smell the paint sizzling.
Not yet.
Not yet. Decided to cut this side even though it didn't rub as bad. We just figured we might as well cut it down. And we did a little bit of fender work here. So the main issue that I'm having is the offset of these Cobra wheels is incorrect. So it's rubbing. I don't think you'll probably be able to see because I don't think I can get the camera up in there. But basically the top inside of the tire is rubbing the coilover. So that's what's limiting me when I'm trying to turn. I pretty much have stock steering angle. Even though the fender and the bumper's been cut, the coilover's the limiting factor. So people said running these offset Cobra wheels will cause that issue. So what I'm gonna do here to verify that, have a bunch of spare wheels obviously, and gonna be test fitting these guys. These are 8-inch wide instead of 9-inch wide. Hopefully that'll be enough to make a difference to where I can actually clear that coilover. So I gotta pull these tires off anyway, wheels and tires off, because I'm gonna be mounting them, the fronts on these wheels. And when I do that, you know, I gotta take them to the tire shop. So hopefully that'll take care of the issue. But when I do that, I'm gonna test fit these and really hope that that takes care of the issue, because I really wanna use the full angle. I mean, it has crazy angle on the lift, but then once you get the wheels on it and the car on the ground, it's about stock angle. So we'll see what we can do today, get that taken care of. Hopefully get this thing ready to go. These Craftsman tools aren't what they used to be. I just broke 2 of these damn ratchets. Granted, I should have been using a bigger one, but I just broke 2 ratchets in a row trying to get these lug nuts loose. So Craftsman Chinese crap, Chinese built crap. So anyways, finally got this wheel loose. Get her off there. You can see here, this is where we need to cut the K-member. Obviously, it's right where it's rubbing. You can see all through here, so probably through here, up through here. It's gonna need to be cut out. So I just hope I can find someone who can do that here before the event, because if not, I'm going to be screwed, because I was already rubbing that just with the rack limiters removed. So just a little bit of rack limiter removal and all of a sudden you're rubbing. So now we'll see. I'll be running some different wheels. We'll see if that makes a difference too. Hopefully when we get these 8-inch wheels on here, we'll be all right. Got some wheels and tires I'm taking into the tire shop, so I gotta get these 255s off of here. They don't work. They don't fit, so gotta get these 255s off of these Cobra wheels. Gotta take these. All these 4 tires are trash, so those all go in the trash, and these 2 tires are gonna go on these nice silver wheels, and hopefully the offset's right. Pretty much cooked through these tires pretty quickly here, so you can see all those stringies hanging off, and this one was destroyed. Pirellis are terrible burner tires. They don't last for shit, so I don't ever use them, but time to get rid of these so I can get some fresh ones that I ordered mounted up soon. Well, you can see here these GT freaking wheels barely clear the Cobra brakes. And up here, well, there's about a finger's distance, so we'll see how it is when it's lowered. Well, apparently the rack doesn't like that. She's a little pissed off about cranking against the suspension. She's puking a little fluid, but you can see over here, same exact spot where it's rubbing. So I think running these different offset wheels will help. I got it marked over here where I want to cut, so hopefully these guys can actually. It's a really poor cut line, but whatever. It is what it is. Hopefully they get the idea. Get these other wheels on here and see what kind of angle we have. I'm also gonna have to touch this up because we kind of, when we were heating it up and rolling the fenders, we kind of torqued the paint a little bit. But you can see how tight it is. I mean, this is really flat up against here, which is nice. Some cars you can't do that because they put like putty or something in there. You can see on my GT over here how flat the lip is. And on the Cobra, it's just shoved up in there completely. So definitely nice and rolled, and you know, it's kind of, a lot of people probably wouldn't notice. You can definitely tell how it's pushed out, especially when you look compared to a stock GT fender, or just a stock Mustang fender rather. The same fender, so. Alright, here's what she looks like with the nice little stock GT wheels on there. 17 by 8s. Different offset, but also an inch skinnier. So that's as far as she'll turn, and it'll only do it that way right. So I think we gotta do the shock tower mod here soon. Really take advantage of this. So yeah, it'll do it. That's full lock now. I just had to drive it. It won't do it on its own. So the main thing is going to be clearancing that K-member. I got to get that K-member clearance. I'm still trying to find someone to cut the K-member because I'm having issues with that. And I don't have a big cutoff wheel or a plasma cutter, so got to get that figured out. Got the plasma cutter in here and we're able to chop the K-member right here. There's still a little bit of sketchiness going on down here, so this is what we're going to try to clean up a little bit because it's a little bit jagged. But other than that, and it's come along pretty darn nicely, so really looking forward to having this angle. There is still a little bit of contact here, so I'm going to clean this up with the grinder and we'll go from there. Whenever you're using something like this, make sure you have gloves, eyewear, most importantly, a cold beer. nice little start to the grinding. Takes some time, especially because I have this tiny little Porter cable, little pancake compressor, 5 gallon. That thing doesn't take long at all to run out of air, but still got to work on this area here. Grind that down and then get all this smoothed out so it won't ever cause it, hopefully, any damage to a tire, and we'll go from there. But I am looking forward to getting this thing on the track. I'm getting so damn excited I can barely contain myself. Went and got my trailer picked up, so now I just gotta get this thing finished. So I'll admit that's not the prettiest job I've ever done, but although it looks kind of jagged, it is very smooth. There's nothing sharp on here that's gonna cut the tire if it rubs, so it does look a little haggard, I'll admit, but right here it sticks out a little bit. Maybe I'll take that point down a little bit more, but I kind of want to protect the arm, although that might need to be ground too. Think about running a 1/4 inch spacer on the front just to kind of stick the wheel out a little bit further, but we'll see what we can do. I might try to trim that just a little bit more though. So it's a lot better. We still need to work around this area here. There's quite a bit of kind of a exposed edge point there that we got to pop off. One of the things that's kind of concerning is there's some rubbing on the frame here, which also is rubbing the brake lines. So I'm really going to need to get a 1/4 inch spacer just so I don't have any issues, because I really don't want to have any issues with this. So need to get a 1/4 inch spacer on the fronts, and I think most of the clearance issues should be taken care of. So here she is. I'm still gonna come back in here. I think I'm gonna do it the Dean Sullivan way and actually just chop the whole K-member and chop it flush with the body here. I think that's the way to go. But for right now, still a little rough in areas, but it's so much better. There's still some shit I don't like about this. I don't like that, but I'm gonna tape all this up and just try to see where it rubs. I'm really gonna try to keep it off full lock tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. I got this ground down too, but I'd really like to do a little bit better on here just for peace of mind. But that's good enough for tomorrow, and then we'll make some adjustments. Also, we're gonna get the spacers for the event after that, and we'll tape this up, see where we're making contact. We'll see if that stays. I'm not really sure, but it's worth a shot. We can at least try to see where it's contacting it. But should be good enough for now, I hope. I'm about tired of working on it. I need to get this thing loaded and get stuff done here, but hopefully that's good enough for now. Certainly a lot better than it was. Now that I got everything loaded and got the angle kit pretty much done and everything, it feels like a huge success. It's amazing, but now it's time to drink a beer. Almost 8 p.m. tonight, but we got everything loaded up, taken care of, and ready to go for tomorrow. Really excited to try out this new angle kit. I tell you, it was a challenge getting the car on the trailer. I have to use extra stones to get the trailer up high enough. The bumper still catches, so hopefully I don't tear it up too bad tomorrow getting it off the trailer. But it's kind of hard. It's kind of tricky to get it under there. The straps under there, especially on the rear, because the fuel tank's in the way. But got 6 tires to burn tomorrow, so looking forward to it. 6 tires I'm bringing, and then my buddy Kyle's bringing 2 more, so we'll have 8 pairs to burn. And we'll have 8 tires to burn, not 8 pairs. So looking forward to it, can't wait. Could be getting up about 5 a.m. to get started.